All right, so we are in Midtown Fort Collins today at the Foothills Fashion Mall. And you know, this is definitely a place that I spent a lot of time growing up because I grew up just Horsetooth and LeMay, but it has gone over a massive facelift over the last decade. And today we are doing a vlog tour of the Foothills Fashion Mall and kind of the Midtown area. Similar to what we've been doing before, we'll discuss with you housing prices, what things are to do, education, and kind of why somebody might choose to live here in this area and around this place. So again, today with me, I've got Zach and Connor, and my wife's in the background because she just happens to be here shopping at Victoria's Secret. So your boy is gonna be happy about that. But if you're moving here to Northern Colorado, as much as we like making these YouTube videos, we are licensed real estate agents, so give us a call, text, or email if you're considering moving here. And then definitely give the video a like or subscribe, and let us know how you like these vlog tours, if they're helpful, if they kind of help you see the area a little bit better. But again, today, Zach, Connor, and myself are gonna talk to you a little bit about the Foothills Fashion Mall and around Midtown. So let's go. So built in 1972, the Foothills Mall was developed by a local developer, the Everett family. Actually, it's the Everett School of Real Estate at CSU. They were very impactful in Fort Collins, built Parkwood, Indian Hills, were very influential as far as the development scene goes here in Northern Colorado and Fort Collins. And since 1972, it really didn't do anything. It kind of became like a blight to the area, really just run down, not the best as far as looks, aesthetics. Businesses were coming in, going out. And so there was just needed to be a revamp, and there was a company out of Denver, Alberta Development, that bought it for right around $40 million and then pumped in $310 million to this development. And it kind of turned from an interior mall, your traditional interior mall, to more of an exterior with shops along College Avenue, a little pad sites throughout. And then as we've got here today, you know, this kind of central fun and entertainment area where there's lots of music and entertainment. There's a movie theater now here, but for one reason or another, whether that was, you know, the Great Recession that was still looming on a lot of commercial areas or rental rates, one reason or another, this place just did not really pick up steam or do anything as far as a successful commercial development, and went through the foreclosure process. The developer Alberta, 2019 and 2020, and a local developer, McQuinney, who also owns Centera in Loveland, actually bought it for pennies on the dollar. They bought the entire development for $45 million. So literally pennies on the dollar, which is great because honestly, what that'll do is it'll allow them to reduce rental rates to make them more affordable for commercial opportunities to come, be successful while they're here. And then also they're gonna take a lot of this commercial sites and parking and different parking lots and build multifamily, because multifamily is extremely successful here in Northern Colorado. And it's going to be an interesting process as we go through here in Fort Collins. So excited for the new developer to submit their plans and the Foothills Mall to really pick up steam. So we're gonna take you guys through this area and talk to you again about schools, education, and what things there are to do. So we're gonna get started with things to do. So here we go.
So here we are, me and Zach just hanging out in front of one of my favorite burger restaurants that's actually right behind us, Bad Daddy's Burgers. You know, even though it has multiple different areas, like one in Loveland, one here in Fort Collins, they have some over in Denver area, Longmont, but it by far has some of the best burgers, some of the best truffle fries, and also, for me personally, I like the deep fried chicken sandwich there with a little bit of egg and bacon on the top. But the main reason we want to talk to you guys about today is just all the fun things that the mall has to offer, and kind of just even in the surrounding area. So for me, when I come to the mall, especially this one, you know, it's mainly in the wintertime for me because I really like X-Golf. You know, being so busy in the summertime, I might only get to go out and play golf maybe 2 to 3 times in the summertime if I get lucky on that side. And so a lot of the majority of my time is actually playing on simulators during the winter time when it's actually cold out. I want to be able to go in, get a nice drink, a little hot meal and stuff, and go out and play 18 holes on Pebble Beach. You know, that's kind of the fun part about being able to have a true simulator golf place slash bar so close to Loveland where I live, and just being so centralized here in Fort Collins. It's just super easy to get to. price-wise, you know, for playing for about an hour, hour and a half, I think the last time I played it was $45, and so with that amount of time, you can have as much fun as possible. It costs a little less to then add extra time on afterwards if you want to play some more golf. You can have up to 4 buddies playing on the machine at once, and so it is a really fun place to go out and have a little competitions with your buddies during that winter time when things outside are just going a little bit slower. Another really fun thing that I like about the Centera Mall, and you know what a lot of malls here in northern Colorado are doing, is that we have outdoor concerts. You know, everybody's starting to really try to promote outdoor concerts and being outside, going to movies outside. So that's one thing that the Fort Collins Mall does not fall short of. They have different concert venues that happen on weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. and on weekends. They have movie nights where they show, you know, thriller movies. Since we're getting close to Halloween, they'll be showing a few of those. I know Poltergeist is one that's going to be coming up here pretty soon, so be checking out that website for the mall in Fort Collins, and it'll definitely show you guys all the available options on that side. And then, you know, for me, I don't hang out that much in the summertime. I'm too sweaty of a guy. I like hanging out when it's cold out. So one of the other great benefits is also being able to have a amazing skate rink here that's made out of true ice, that has benches that you can go and sit on. You can be able to go around and hang around the outside if you just want your kids to go out ice skating. And to me, that is probably one of the nicest places to go. It's the only place I'll go. Downtown Fort Collins does have an ice rink, but I would give that maybe a 2 out of 10 in terms of ice rink, you know, because I'm an aficionado. You know, I even have my own skates just because. So if you guys are looking for something fun to do here in northern Colorado, please check out the mall, check out the shopping around here. You will not be disappointed in this spot. Let's pass it over to Zach, and I know he's going to throw you out a couple extra ideas I think you guys will truly love on that side.
So a few things I do like about this location is the access with public transportation on the Max line, which is free currently right now. It actually drops you off right by one of my favorite places, Chippers Lanes. They have bowling, and they also have volleyball, which I'm a volleyball fanatic. I play year-round indoor sand tournaments. The volleyball community that they have there is just out of control, meeting new people and whatnot. So after you get in your white beach volleyball, sand volleyball outdoors, you can come over here, grab a beer. There's a ton of places over here to grab beers at. Plethora of places to get good food, high end, low end, everything. And then you get to end your night with a movie over here at Cinemark, and it's a bistro. You can grab another snack if you didn't eat enough before. Yeah, so I'm a foodie and a volleyball boy, and that's what we do around here in Fort Collins. Change is coming here to Midtown. So behind me, you will see the Foothills Fashion Mall. And it was recently just bought out by the McWhinneys, which own the Centera down in Loveland. They are going to be doing a huge remodel because they got this place penny on the dollars, and we're gonna try to fill all these vacancies that we have currently here in Midtown with local shops, national shops, and state shops. Everything that we can possibly get here, more restaurants. CB&, Potts used to be right here behind me. They did not make it here at that time just because of the price of rent. But with McWhinneys coming in and kind of saving the day, this is going to be the new attraction here in Midtown. Being able to walk to all your stores, all your everything. We have Trader Joe's here, which is a nice little local grocery store, your breweries, your restaurants. Everything's going to be right here to walk to, and we're going to get rid of all these empty spaces.
So I grew up in Warren Shores, which is just literally a 5-minute bike ride. I mean, I used to bike here, you know, to go grab, you know, different drinks or candy. The candy jar was here when I was growing up. But we're going to talk to you guys now about housing. This area of Fort Collins was built in the 60s and 70s. So the median age of a home here sold within a 1-mile radius since May was 1977. A lot of these are going to be bi-level, 2-story, some ranches, but some of the neighborhoods and subdivisions that are around here are Thunderbird Estates, Thunderbird Heights, Southmore, Nelson Farm, Warren Shores, The Landings, Troutman Park, Meadowlark are some of the main neighborhoods in this area. And then as a median price sales type deal for this area, you're probably looking at $550,000 for a medium priced home, about $298 per square foot, 4-bed, 3-bathroom house with a 2-car attached garage. And again, built in 1977 on a 0.2 acre lot. And so if somebody were to look to move here in Midtown, that's kind of what they would have to expect as far as housing goes. But again, one of the reasons why, in one of my previous videos, I talked to you guys about bikeability and riding bikes. If you were to really want to take advantage of biking and public transportation, being in Midtown is probably gonna give you your best options and opportunities for that, whether it be bike pass or the use of the Max Transit, or really just closer walking and biking and less desire or less need for your vehicle. So that's kind of the discussion about housing. The next thing that we're gonna talk about is education. Zach and Connor don't have much of it, so we're gonna let them take on the education segment. So we'll let them take it from here.
Living here in Midtown, you got two choices of high school. Fort Collins High on the east side of 287. We also have Rocky Mountain on the west side. Those are going to be our two school choices. Fort Collins High School is the first high school here in Fort Collins, and they did their big split just from the growth. In 1973 was the first year that Rocky Mountain was open. Both great schools. They're both on the 5A programs, competing with the big dogs. They're still in the Poudre School District and providing awesome education, but being here in Midtown, you still have these great choices, getting your kids in high school, doing what they need to do, and before you send them away to college, that beautiful CSU. Go Rammies.
All right, we are here actually finishing up the day's tour, this vlog tour of Midtown and Foothills Mall at Brewed Breads. Is actually a newer establishment here in Fort Collins. Everything they make is from beer, and they got different pizzas and cinnamon twists and things like that. So we're checking that out, and it's definitely something to enjoy. But it'll be curious to see how this mall kind of turns out with the kind of redevelopment, apartments coming, and different restaurants and businesses coming in and out. But again, like we talked about, why somebody would move here to Midtown is walkability, biking. Schools are definitely solid as far as middle school, high school, elementary schools, Lesher, IB, Rocky, Fort Collins. I'm a Lambkin, so go Fort Collins High School, which is always kind of funny to talk about. But we talked about housing, education, things there are to do here in the area. One of the things that we haven't necessarily mentioned is when people move here to town in northern Colorado, they look at different areas and like, all right, where's the nearest Trader Joe's? Well, that's definitely a driver here in Midtown because Trader Joe's is just right across the street. Gilded Goat, a great brewery as well. And the Square, which was also developed in the same time period as this mall, is actually pretty thriving, comparatively to the mall. Like there's a lot less vacancy there than there is here. But again, the reason why the vacancy is there or here is because there is a big redevelopment project in the works. So, if someone were to move here into Midtown, like why would they choose Midtown over South or maybe downtown?
I would say the reason for the south side is that south side you have not much to go off of. I mean, you have Harmony, but you're having to drive way east to get to any King Soopers or anything like that. Midtown, you're going to be the closest thing to food, to groceries, to restaurants, to things fun to do. And so I think that's one of the big reasons why someone would stay in this Midtown area versus going south. And then if you're wanting to move more like towards downtown area, you start running more into college students and other things like that. So I think Midtown is by far one of the best spots to be if you're looking to stay away from college students but still be close to a lot of fun activities.
All right, how about you?
Well, I live in Midtown just because I want to live that young lifestyle, and now with this project going the way it's going and this apartment living, I mean, to be able to go downstairs, go grab a bite to eat, go grab some movies, go to the brewery, you have all your shopping, just all the amenities that you need to have are right here. Kind of that urban lifestyle.
Yeah, because you don't really get that in Fort Collins much places. You get that downtown and Midtown, but like Connor said, if I live on the southeast side of Fort Collins, anywhere I'm going, now besides if I want to get in on my bike and actually get like a decent ride in, you're jumping in your car. Whereas here, like you said, with these apartments being built, there will be a lot of, Fort Collins is really pushing to try to get fewer and fewer cars on the road. We're carbon neutral by 2050 is the goal. And a lot of what Fort Collins, pushes for as far as development is how can you get more walkability and bikeability, public transportation, and less cars on the road. And that's where if it matches those criteria, developers are really able to push projects through, such as what's going on here. So hopefully this kind of video, this vlog tour of Midtown and Foothills Fashion Mall has kind of showed you what there are things to do here. You know, a lot of our ladies or men, you know, ask what activities are there to do in Fort Collins, and hopefully this video has helped and shown you a little bit more about the area. Anything else to say today?
No, I think we've
Peace out, Midtown.
All right, until next time, take care.